It's been a while since my last video, and I'm back with a new one. I wanted to actually, in my last video, I shared a little bit of my story with my addiction to alcohol. And so today I wanted to share some steps that I took to get to where I'm at now. I've been sober a little over 3.5 years. If I keep looking down, I just wrote down notes so I wouldn't miss anything. So I've been healed a little over 3 years now. My first step I took, I believe it was me realizing that I needed help, that I needed a change, and I started praying. I was done. I was tired of it, and I wanted something different. I just started praying, and I prayed to God, and I talked to him just like I'm talking right now. I said, I need help, and I need you. I think that's the most important step that I took. And I prayed a whole lot, and I still do. My second step, and I kind of feel like it took me a while, but I had to let go of all the junk that I was holding on to whatever made me think that I had to have a drink, that I wasn't having fun or I wasn't happy unless I was having a drink. I had to let all of it go. I had to be honest with myself and just list it out, and I had to let go, and I let God take control. And I'm not saying that's always the easiest thing to do, but once you do, it just releases you, and you just have this peace. For me, it was like this peace that I've never felt before. I think that's, well, I know that was the hardest part for me. And when I think about it, it's like when I think about all the stuff that I was holding on to, and being honest with myself, was that the hardest than quitting drinking? Anyways, I think, once you completely let go and you're honest with yourself, you're honest with God, honest with your family, God takes you and he just starts transforming you from the inside out. And it's amazing. It's like, I want to say it felt like it was just the next day. I just felt great. I mean, people even started noticing my attitude, my look. I was happier. I was more talkative, I guess. I've heard several people say that I just seemed better overall. Like I was more engaged, I guess. The third thing, and I don't even know if it's like 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, because I think it's all combined into one. I just labeled it 1, 2, 3. But you have to change your habits. And I would do that immediately. If you are hanging out with people that like to party, like to go drink, whatever it is, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to distance yourself from them, because obviously they are not on the same path that you are. And it's not going to take you in the right direction. If you're wanting to change your life for the better, you're going to have to distance yourself. And I'm not saying you can't be friends with them, you can't talk to them. I'm just saying that it helps when you have other people that are lifting you up and are doing the same things that you are, or headed in the same direction that you are. Because over time, if you're still around the same people, you're eventually going to go back to that. And that's not what you want. You want to be lifted up. You want to be around positive people that are going to encourage you. Or, if you start to have doubts, or you have that feeling of wanting to drink, or whatever addiction that you're struggling with, that you can go to a person and say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. I'm having a hard day. And they're going to know what to say. They're going to lift you up, pray with you, be there for you. So you're going to have to change your habits. And as silly as this may sound, I had to change a whole lot. And it was even the music that I was listening to. Anything could really be a trigger. I've heard of people, smells being a trigger, and it sounds silly, but it's true. I had to change the music I was listening to. Like I said before, I've been healed for a little over 3 years now, and I'm just now, if I hear a song that I used to listen to back then I'm okay. I'm good. Now, I'm not saying that I still every once in a while will have that, thought in my mind, oh, you could have a drink. And as soon as that thought gets in my head, I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I'm good. So I think you get stronger and stronger as you go. And it's always good to have a person that, if you do have that that thought in your mind, or that urge where, just to give you an example, it had probably been a year. It was about a year I was sober, and I had that feeling, and I turned to my husband, and I remember like it was yesterday. I turned to my husband and I said, I feel like I want to drink. And as soon as I spoke it out of my mouth, it was like, what are you saying? That didn't even sound right. It didn't even feel right. And I was like, I cannot believe I just said that. So I think, I know that God starts transforming you, and you start becoming a new person. And when you speak things out and it's not right, it's like it stops. You're like, no, that's not what I meant. So I hope that helps somebody. And you got to remember that God's got this. God's got you. I think so many times people struggle and they have a hard time. And I've even had somebody tell me that, people can get sober without God, without receiving Jesus as their Lord and Savior, which, okay, that's true. But I also know that they're not completely healed, and they're not happy, because I know the person that they're talking about, and they're not happy, and they're still struggling, and they have a hard time. I just think it's really important. And if you are watching this video and you need a good support system, please contact me, and I can help you, and I can even help point you in the right direction to get a good support system. If it's, not me, but someone else that you feel comfortable with, just reach out and ask. I wanted to share a verse that I read every day, sometimes 5 or 10 times a day. It's Proverbs 4:6. It says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He's done. I have it written down, and I have it in my notebook. So every morning when I wake up, it's sitting next to my bed, and that's what I read. The other verse I read is Proverbs 3:5-6. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. And at first I felt like I didn't need to share it in this video because I don't know, I just kept doubting myself. Like, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but it has everything to do with what I'm talking about. So you don't have to worry about anything. If you are worried about, what people are going to think of you or how people are going to treat you, it says don't worry about anything. And that's the thing, is some people they just don't understand. They don't get it. You can talk to God the way that I'm talking right now. You can talk to him about anything. You can say whatever you need to say. And he's listening and he's there. Sometimes he doesn't answer when you think. Because I think sometimes we can be brats and we think, okay, God, I'm asking for this and I need it now. And he has his own schedule and he knows when is the right time. So please, don't give up. If you need help, let me know. I love you guys, and remember, God's got this.